Hey, beautiful souls, beautiful sunshine here with the Yara Holistic Healer, aka Sonia B. So I am back and I have several different prophetic messages. So with that being said, just take whatever messages that resonate and leave the rest, okay? So anyway, the first message that I have is some of you guys may be experiencing a situation where you're dealing with the divine masculine, okay? Where he's spiritually trying to see if he can try to control you in some sort of way, okay? Spiritually, not physically. Whereas before he may have said, oh, go do this and do that. And maybe, you know, some of the feminine energies may have kind of listened to what they were saying in a sense. So now it's almost like you're being tested by the universe, is just what I just heard, just to see whether you're going to follow suit with whatever it is that they're saying, okay? Anyway, so that's their way of just trying to see whether they still have any power or any authority or any control over you, okay? To get you to jump, kind of like in Coming to America when he told the lady to jump and she just, you know, or bark like a dog and she was barking like a dog, okay? Anyway, so I say all that to say the next message came through was something about when somebody turns 30. I got the feeling of this was pertaining to a woman. When a woman turns 30, something was going to happen to her. I'm not really sure if it's positive or negative, so keep that in mind as well too. So if you know someone who's about to turn 30, just kind of like be mindful or just kind of, you know, stay tuned to any other messages that may come about, okay? The next message that I saw was, it's almost like some people are cleaning up their acts. Some of them, okay? I didn't say all, some. It's almost like they seeing a mess, so it's like they're trying to clean it up, okay? And it's almost like there are people out there who almost like have spiritual authority, and when they speak, it gets done, okay? Period. This next message came through was also too, like some people from your past spiritually may be coming up, and these people may be coming to you in a sense as a way for them to feel nurtured in a sense, okay? So in other words, if they come into you spiritually, they come into you spiritually because they need to be nurtured in some sort of way, okay? And I saw this in a form of someone who is younger, who may have been in your past in a sense, who was just younger in age, but somehow, let's just say like you're kind of guiding them spiritually as well too, okay? So it's almost like they were looking at you like, kind of like if you look at somebody with a nurturing energy, like, oh, I just love you in a sense, kind of like that, okay? So again, just to make you aware of that. And then I heard another message of something about gas poisoning. So be mindful of that. Just make sure you not warming your cars in your garages or any other ways that, you know, a person can get gas poisoning. So I just wanted to make that be aware, okay? And then this other message came through us. It's very mindful to not to wear other people's clothes, okay? I can't stress this enough, okay? Let me give you the quick 411. When you wear other people's clothes and whatever traumatic experience that they experienced in those clothes, you yourself may find yourself experiencing that same energy, okay? That's just how energy works. Okay, had no idea, because we all know that growing up sometimes we, you know, would wear or put on something that somebody else that somebody's have. Let's just say somebody was going out somewhere, or, you know, maybe they may have stayed the night at somebody's house and all of a sudden, you know, they didn't have anything to wear, or even if they was just going out somewhere at last minute and they needed something to change into, they, you know, grab something from the family member or a friend. So again, I can't stress it enough. When you put on other people's clothes and whatever traumatic experience that they experienced in those clothes, you yourself may find yourself dealing with that same experience, okay? So it's very mindful to be mindful to not wear other people's clothes, okay? And even like the thrift store situations, you know, because God had given me a prophetic message some time ago and was showing me like when people donate to the thrift store, there are people who sometimes it can be a positive situation, because I'm gonna just tell you what just came up. Sometimes it can be a positive situation because sometimes let's just say maybe somebody need inner strength. Let's just say hypothetically, if somebody was dealing with a situation of abuse and maybe they need to walk away from somebody. So let's just say somebody who has inner strength in a sense, and they're basically, if they have inner strength and they basically donate their stuff to the thrift store in a sense, only if that person is in tune to energy and they really can sense the energy, okay? Basically what ends up happening is that person is able to kind of tap into that same energy that that person had when they was wearing those shoes. So if they was really, really working out, running or doing, or just was in a certain mindset and had certain energy, that energy is still there within those certain items or clothes, okay? Even if you wash them, okay? But nevertheless, So be mindful of that, okay? But the downside of that, it could be a situation of somebody getting stuff from the thrift store, and it could be people using, any sorts of means of black magic, witchcraft, those type of things, and, try to tune into people's energy, because nowadays I see it seems like people don't want to do the inner work. They want to try to ride off someone's coattail in a sense, and God's not having it, okay? So anyway, so with that being said, the next message that I received was, so this next message I received was some of you guys are gonna you're gonna be the one that's realizing this, or you're gonna be the one that is doing this to other people. The way I saw it is like every time a person looks at you, it's almost like they're gonna see God on you in a sense. And the moment that they turn their head away from you, they don't see the same thing they see when they see you. So they can see the truth when they're focused on you. But the moment that they turn and look other places, it's like they don't see the God around them in a sense. So some people are waking up to the truth. And I say all that to say that some people are tapping into their intuition, that they're able to see the truth, okay? Whereas before, this truth was hidden. But I'll give you a little quick snippet is what I've been noticing. So a lot of these foreigners, I'm not targeting them, but a lot of these foreigners have been able to see the God in people, opposed to maybe, let's just say, like God's own personal people, like the chosen one. Let's just say like the foreigners have been able to see it, but God's chosen people, some of them have not been able to see it, okay? And that's how they keep people blinded by the distractions, by keep chasing after things that are outside of yourself, or wealth, or, whether it be women, men, or, chasing anything that's outside of yourself, okay? That's how they keep them caught up, whether it's, drinking or smoking. And I'm not judging, I'm just basically telling you. So when a person stays caught up in certain specific type of energies in a sense, that keeps them blinded to the truth, okay? It's like having the veils over the eyes, and it's not until the veils get removed that you're able to see the truth of what is really going on behind the scenes, okay? Because as I said before, just as there's a physical world, there's also a spiritual world that's coexisting alongside the physical world, okay? So again, some of you guys are going to be shown the truth. You're going to see the God in people in the moment that you're not around them, or you're not looking at them. Some of you are going to be observant of this. Like you're going to notice when you're around this person, life seems to be like this. Then all of a sudden, when I look this way, it's different. Then when I look back at them, it's different again, okay? Anyway, so this next message came through as, I saw that somebody may have like, this came through as some people, we're in a transition phase right now. So some people who this came through like this. So I'm just saying it how it came through. Some people who, let's just say, might have had an auto shop, okay? And they were in business before. It's almost like somebody else is about to buy out their business. And the way I see this is, it came to me is the same way that they bought the business from somebody else is about to buy the business from them, okay? This is like a transferring of, I just heard, wealth, okay? So sometimes it's a person's time that is up, and it's time for the next person to, basically take the baton and run ahead. So the next message came through, and as I saw this is when sometimes God's chosen ones, when they go to a specific place, what is happening is, I don't know if you guys saw that movie, what is it? Enemy, what was that movie with Taraji P. Henson in it? Enemy, when she was the enemy with the man who was a KKK man or whatever the case may be, and they had like a charrette, I think it was. Anyway, and they was trying to get them to work with each other in a sense, to get the people stop being, mean, and, you know how those people's mindsets are, and they need to heal their trauma, okay? So I say all that to say that the point I'm trying to make is, I say all that to say that when you are doing what's right, in a sense, it's almost like God is gonna, now I'm referring to businesses, okay? When you are doing what is right, God will send those people who is his chosen ones to your establishment. And the way I saw this was like a mechanic's office. So once you are doing what's right and doing what is honest by the people, and you're not necessarily, trying to overcharge a person, or you're not doing this or you're not doing that, in the sense of trying to think about money, But basically what's going to happen is God's chosen one is going to show up, and when they come, the flood is going to come behind them. Because in the charrette, at the end, the Caucasian guy had lost his business at the gas station. Customers weren't coming to him anymore, okay, because he was being racist at one point, so people stopped buying from him. But it wasn't until he changed his attitude that she had that much of a pull, to the point that when she went, the crowd came behind her. I thought that was a powerful scene, okay? Anyway, so that just goes to show you how much a person can have a pull on, other people. Not that they're pulling on other people, but, just, it's important to treat people with integrity, okay? Or treat people the way that they deserve to be treated, especially if they haven't done anything to you. So this next message came through of be mindful, because now we have like an energy of, it was showing me like Christian people, okay? And it was showing me Christian people in the form of, how people would wear like the head coverings in the church, like back growing up when we was kids. I'm almost 50 or whatever the case may be. So it looked like a little lily doll, but it was like a little veil that they had with a little bobby pin on their head. And sometimes I think you see like little Spanish women wearing that or whatever the case may be. Anyway, so I say all that to say that this woman was letting me know that she was Christian in the dream. Well, God was letting me know she was Christian. So it was like as if someone with a new business had been established, and it's almost like the business owner had basically left for the day. So whoever's working in the office, it's almost like she decided to get up and go walk around to the other people where she normally stays in the office. She decided to get up and go walk around the establishment and to see, who was all working there in a sense. And the way I saw this was, it came through as if she was wearing like some what is it called? Like cheeksters, underwear, or boy short underwears, or either hipsters underwears, those type. But nevertheless, the cheeks were kind of outlined like a M, okay, in the underwear. So she got up from the desk, and when she started walking, and nobody's gonna be walking like this, but that was God's way revealing to me of what her intentions were. So it's almost like her intentions were flirty like in a sense, but it wasn't outwardly flirty like look at me in a sense, okay? But again, it's coming in the form of a Christian. So I say all that to say to just be mindful so you don't find yourself getting caught up. But the way I saw this was, I heard somebody saying, oh, that's what you look like from behind that desk, when, because apparently they see her when she sits down all the time, so they don't know what she looked like when she's standing up. But I heard a gentleman say, oh, that's what you look like behind that desk when you're sitting there or whatever. And because she was a little thick in a sense. But and then another guy had made another comment. First of all, that was an inappropriate comment. So that was just letting me know the whole environment was of lower frequency in a sense, because he made another comment like, girl, I see you in a sense. And again, coming from lower energies or whatever the case may be. So that's a message that somebody needs to hear, that they need to just be mindful of, so you know what you're dealing with in a sense. Because that, I don't know who needs to hear that message. So just be mindful and not get caught up if you choose not to, okay? It's your path. Anyway, so the next message I received was, please be mindful of who is praying over you, okay? Please be mindful of who you're giving your time, your energy, and your attention to, okay? Because the way I saw this was, it was coming in a form, and this could be a family member, it could be a friend, or it could just be anyone, okay? But basically, there could be some people that's trying to get your attention, trying to get you to focus in on something that they're doing, or trying to build in a sense. Because when they get you to focus on it, what's going to happen is they know that it's going to kind of somewhat be very beneficial. And you, of somebody who is of high vibration, be mindful, because when you know your self-worth, you don't just give your time, energy, and effort to anyone, okay? And I say all that to say that when a person just goes around giving their energy to someone who is not worthy of it, in a sense, you're basically saying that you're not worthy, okay? So yeah, especially if this person has treated you a certain type of way, in a sense, if they treated you in a way like they treated you beneath them, they treated you like, maybe what's coming to mind, like you were trash, like you was the help, like you were supposed to, let me give you an example, like you were supposed to cut their grass in a sense, and they felt entitled that you were supposed to cut their grass, but never cut yours, but they always cut yours. I mean, you always cut theirs, but they never cut yours, in a sense, okay? So that's almost like, that's somebody who doesn't know their self-worth, okay? Because, anytime you when the truth is being shown to you, and if you choose to do the opposite, that is again saying that you don't understand and know your own worth, okay? Because you're willing to settle for less than when these people have looked at you a specific type of way and thought that you were beneath them, okay? And don't necessarily think people have changed, especially if they haven't done the healing work, okay? Anyway, so the next message that I received was, the way I saw this was that some of you is just straight ignoring your divine counterpart, okay? Because you see that he's coming with the okie doke, he coming with the game plan, you know, and all that other stuff. And you just like, I don't have time for it, okay? So it's almost like you just ignoring them because you see their intentions. Oh, and then this other message I received was too, please do not let people pray over you, okay? That's the message that I got. Please do not let any and everyone pray over you. And I say all that to say that because you don't know their intentions, okay? Because there are so many people that have been revealed that they speak ill will over people in a sense, and they don't necessarily have the person's best interests at heart, okay? And these have been people who have made you a target, who has tried to keep you off your path, who have been caught up in the system, who has been chasing after, let's just say, who are probably there to try to trip you up on your path in some sort of way. So just be mindful, because the lessons that we have learned here is to not to keep taking these same lessons going forward, meaning not, I don't care who it is. It could be a family member. It could be a spouse, sister, cousin, brother, mother, neighbor. It could be a best friend, coworker, whoever. You know, if someone has shown you their behavior in the past, in a sense, until they learn to do better and actually apologize for their actions in a sense, then, you know, just keep moving forward in a sense, okay? Because no, when a person understands and knows their self-worth, they know and understand not to settle for less than anything that what they deserve, okay? So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end that there. But I hope that was helpful. But let me give you this quick message really quick. So this message is 1 Corinthians 15:20-22, and it says, but in fact, Christ has been raised from the dead, okay? Which is funny because I saw this scripture when I said that there are going to be some people where they're going to be revealed of seeing God's people, seeing the God in people in a sense, okay? So, but in fact, Christ has been raised from the dead, the first fruit of those whom have fallen asleep, okay? For as by a man came death, by a man has come also the resurrection of the dead, okay? For as in Adam all died, so also in Christ shall all be made alive, okay? So I say all that to say that some people, when it's talking about the chosen ones, you have to realize that there's some people out there who has direct descendant to Jesus Christ, okay? So they're direct descendant of that bloodline. So keep that in mind as well too, especially when you see the God in certain people, okay? I'm not saying that that applies to all the chosen ones, but I'm just basically saying, okay? So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end it there, but I wish you all much love, much light. And I do want to say this too, be mindful of these eclipse energies that we're dealing with right now, because it's really bringing anything that we have suppressed deep down in our that we have had suppressed deep down in our subconscious mind that we haven't dealt with, or anything that we have been trying to suppress and not, you know, deal with at all. Just know that those energies are going to come up, because right now it just seems like the world's just like chaotic. It's like seeing people running here, running there, whatever. And you know, I guess in certain environments in a sense, but you know, just hearing certain things in a sense is just like, it can be heartening in a sense, but at the same time, it's important to just make sure that you do that inner healing work. Be true and authentic to yourself, not necessarily how society has told you to be, in a sense of, you know, cloak your heart, hide your heart, or, you know, necessarily don't be real with yourself, or put these rose-colored glasses on and fall asleep, or let me create illusions around you so that you can't see the truth, okay? So like I said before, when we stay caught up in what society wants us to do, that just basically keep us off of our path, in a sense, where God is trying to put us on our path and get us in divine alignment with what his will is, so that way that people can obtain their birthrights, okay? Because some of you don't even realize, but you know, you won't step into your birthright until we are in divine alignment. And some of you are meant to work together and compromise with other people in a sense. And it's almost like until individuals get out of old mindsets of trying to control rather than allow things to flow naturally and go with the flow of things rather than trying to get out of the old mindset of whatever family history that they're trying to heal, of releasing control in a sense. Okay. But like I said, some people are meant to work together. Some people are meant to create projects together, and some people are meant to change the world together. Okay. Everybody's path is going to be different. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end that there, but I wish you all much love, much light into the next message. Bye.